We go with another how-to video. So we got some engine protective cases. So these just bolt right over the existing cases. They're just like a simple job. All you need is an 8mm for the install, and then you're going to need a 12.10 millimeter for the existing bolts on the engine. So this is a 21R1, so yours may differ, but that is what is needed for this. Alright, so let's start with the generator cover or stator cover.
Alright, so before we get started here, I just want to point out a few things so you guys understand what to expect. And you know, if you put them in wrong, you can damage your crankcases, and that's not good. You don't want that. So the stator cover and timing chain cover, or pulse cover as I call it, the bolt lengths are the same. Okay, now on the clutch cover you have 4 bolts here. The 2 on the left here are longer, so in each individual kit, pay attention because you have 2 longer bolts here. You don't want to put the wrong bolt in the wrong hole. Okay, as far as torque spec, across the board they suggest 6 Newton meters. The manual suggests a little different. There's actually a couple of steps. There's actually 3 steps. They want you to torque it to the 6 Newton meters, or 4.4 foot-pounds, as what that translates into foot-pounds. Back it off, tighten it to 2.2 foot-pounds, and then stretch the bolt. They want you to go 180 degrees past that. You know, and this is why Yamaha wants you to replace these bolts, because you're stretching them. So, but the kit comes with new bolts. We're not going to do those extra steps. It's going to get torqued to 4.4 foot-pounds, and then you should be good. You know, don't ever tighten these bolts. Do not ever tighten them. I wouldn't even suggest doing this with the type of bolts that they give you in the covers. And same thing here for the stator. It's similar, but they only want you to go 90 degrees. Okay. I'm just showing you guys this so you understand. You know, when you see, well, why the hell they want new bolts here? It's because you're stretching them. When they put these in factory, they're actually stretching these bolts, torque to yield bolts. So, guys, so I just wanted to share that with you so you guys fully understand what's going on here. So, all right, guys, let's get to it.
Nice. So here we are at the generator cover. Like I said, you're gonna need a 12.10 mil. But let's see what ones we need to take out here. So let's just grab your cover and line them up. So I know that one, skip one again. So these 2, this one, and then this one. Double check that one. Yeah, so this one. Okay, skip one. I'll zip these out with a gun. Put these through here. If you look, that's about the right length. So you just want to double check stuff like that and just don't shove them in there. And of course I'm going to put these in by hand. Oh, you know what? We forgot something. They sent washers with this kit, so we're gonna need 4 washers. The only thing in question is the bolts they sent with it are not marked if they're hardened, stainless steel, or what. So I don't know, I may change them out So a stainless steel, if that's what they're not already are, it kind of concerns me, you know. Usually a good bolt will have some type of marking on it to tell you what it is. But whatever. So in the manual, which that's what you should go by, is Yamaha, if this cover were to be off, all the bolts would be off, you were to start at this one, which is considered bolt 1, and then go clockwise all the way around for the tightening sequence. So let's do that. Alright, let's grab a torque wrench. This old wobbly grill still works, believe it or not. See? You're not going to get much of an audible click with that low of a torque. You just have to pay attention, especially if you're using a 3/8. Especially if you're using a 3/8 torque wrench. There it is. There it is. There it is. Let me see what that feels like. Feels pretty good. And of course, guys, these bolts are easy to get to. Okay, so you know, if you happen to get a leak, it will be an easy fix. So don't get too carried away and never tighten these. It's not like you have to go back down into a motor to get to them, so keep that in mind. Alright, let's move on to the other side. Alright, so here we are over at the timing chain cover, or as GB Racing calls it, the pulse cover. Tomato. Alright, again, so let's throw this cover up here and see what bolts. So let's see here. These two pretty much all are going to come out, but this, what the manual calls bolt number 1. So you're going to leave that on. Okay, let's get them off. I don't like how we're pretty much taking all these off. I'm going to put me a rag under here in case I get a drip. Probably be okay, but I never know. Let's take these off. I don't like how it pretty much takes all of them off there. They want to start this bolt and go clockwise. The manual wants you to first tighten them to 6 Newton meters, which is around 4.4 foot-pounds. And of course, the manual wants you to start this bolt, which is bolt 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we don't have to worry about that. We didn't have it off, so we're gonna start this one and go clockwise again. I mean, just tighten the fucking thing and check for leaks. Feels like. How about that? We'll just tighten them up by hand. Be done with the damn things, huh? We're not building rocket ships here. Yeah, so it did leak oil. Keep that in mind. We'll just have to keep an eye on that one. Yeah, I don't like that. I need to take them all off. I guess it would help if I took the right bolt out, huh? So if you look, this is a long one, that's a short one, and then this is a long one, so pay attention to that. So the two long ones are on the left here. Again, so the manual wants you to start from the top right here, which this is actually bolt 1, 2, 3, and you know, start here and work your way around clockwise. And of course, after this thing goes through a heat cycle, I'm going to come back and check all this. Alright, that's it. As simple as that. Hopefully we'll never have to use them. So, but they're there in case the bike goes down. Alright guys, that concludes another how-to video. Remember, you don't have to torque them, just singe them up by hand. And if you do happen to have a leak, just, you know, make sure the gasket is good and just tighten them up a little bit more maybe. But don't over tighten them. You strip it out, that's your engine case, and you better hope to God you can have someone fix it for you if you strip that hole out. So when they send these covers, the bolts are bagged with the cover it goes with. So the only one you have to really pay attention to is the clutch cover, because there is two different size bolts. You don't want to put the longer bolt in the shorter hole. Let me tell you, you're gonna have some problems, so just keep that in mind. All right guys, till next time, take it easy.